Good afternoon, everybody. I hope you're having a good day. I mentioned yesterday in the video that I was talking about that this is not the first time I've been harassed and stuff like that. This goes back to 2015, actually, when I started being harassed online for the content I made, or not, content I made and stuff I was watching that. I was looking into political figures and their connection to the oligarchs that run the world, the major corporations in the world, and the political they, the ones that we all proverbial they or them. And I was looking into it and the connection to this prominent political figure at the time, and their connection to this. And I was also talking about my connection also with this certain political figure. And that's when the trouble actually really started. My computer was wiped out. My phone was wiped out by someone that drove by my home. This is done remotely, and they do have that capability. They've had this capability for quite a long time. They've actually had the capability that they can use a satellite to look into your home, even through your brick walls, basements, whatever, and look and see what you're doing, and see what you're doing on your TV or your screens, whatever. And they've had ways to track everything you do online ever since online became a thing. So that started there, guys. I was harassed, followed, and everything like that, threatened, just crowd stalk, I think is the word, and shadow banned, everything like that. And that went on for about 2 years. And then it kind of let off. I let off my research into this person, and then stopped trying to publish my findings on this. And it went on again until 2017, when another prominent figure, political figure, came onto the market. And under my scrutiny, I delivered quite a few facts about this one individual. And it became quite hazardous again for me. I was followed, gang stalked, what are you going to call it, and all this other stuff, guys. I was even attacked with frequencies and everything else like that. I had people parked in front of my home, watching everything I do, had people breaking in, etc., etc. So, like I said, this is not the first time. And again, another time when I looked into a certain organization, let's call it that, and they didn't like what I was saying. Again, I was starting to be harassed, got phone calls and things like that. Guys, even my live streams, when I was putting on live streams back in 2018, 17, and 18, there would be figures coming out of the screen at the people that was watching my videos. They would say it was demon-like or other things like witch-like figures. Faces was coming through the screen, into the screen while they was watching my videos. And these are normal people just like you and me. I'm not going to, go into all that, but these got people. I was talking about this, and recently somebody said that another video came bleeding over the top of mine while he was listening to mine, masking me out. So this is just other signs of harassment going on. Anyway, 2018, and another thing, I was looking into this religious stuff. I went to a family gathering. My daughter was being married, and went to the wedding. And while I was there, someone put a red dot sight right here over my heart. And I promptly stopped my looking into this organization, and everything again settled back down. So this happens over and over again, guys. I get these little things that comes up, and it's not just these three or associated 3 or 4 things that happen. It's been ongoing for several years that every time I get onto a subject, things start happening. The phone starts messing up. My computer starts messing up, even getting erased and things missing from my files. Homes broken into. So, yes, I do have concerns about this when I start looking into things. And like I said yesterday on the video, that it's already starting again. And the thing I'm looking into, guys, is energy. Okay. I think we're being told a lie about energy, where it comes from, how it's produced, and what it does, and everything like that. One of the things we got to keep in mind, guys, when we talk about energy is, excuse me, there is no such thing as free energy. Energy is just transferred from one form to another, much like you would say in magic. Actual magic is not sleight of hand. It's transferring of energy, transferring of material into one thing or another. Transmutation or alchemy, even if you want to. So they're not creating energy, guys, okay? They're not taking these things and creating energy. I think it's coming from another source. I'm looking into it right now. I've not got too many figures on this. What I'm wanting to look at is basically how many power generator stations are there in the United States and around the world. And I want to include all sources of power generation, which is nuclear, natural gas, coal, water, wind turbines, and everything else like that we can think of and everything. And I want to apply that to how much energy that we use. And guys, right now, the numbers are not adding up correctly. In fact, if you add together how much energy we use compared to these things that they're telling us that they're making energy from, and some of them not working even, it don't add up. The other thing that bothers me about this generators that they're talking about, these turbines and everything like that, it's basically just a bunch of copper wires, basically, and magnets spinning around each other, right? Much like your fans in your window, or your window fan, your ceiling fans, or even electric motors or generators, guys. It's just windings and magnets. So basically, the idea is here, I'm saying, guys, is that you have a generator in your ceiling fan or your window fan. And according to what they're telling us, these things should produce an exponential amount, or not exponential, but another jump in energy from what they receive in, what they put out should be amplified, much like they tell us they do with water generation stations or these steam plants. That's another thing that bothers me, guys. After 200 years, almost 200 years, over 200 years, in fact, almost 300, we're still making electricity almost the same way with steam power. So, guys, this is kind of bothering me. I've looked a little bit into Tesla, and guys, and it's startling what he said. And this is basically is energy is everywhere around us. It's in the air, it's in the ground, it's in the water, it's in the clouds, it's in space. Energy is out there, and the biggest problem we have is harnessing this free energy. Again, energy is not free. You just transform it from one form to another and then release it. In fact, right now, our current electrical system, guys, from the point of creation of electricity all the way down to where you end user, which is you and I, your factories and everything else like that, there's approximately 80%, 80% power loss between the 2 points. That's just thrown away, guys, into the atmosphere, nothing like that. So we begin to wonder what is being done, what we've been lied to about. And I have an idea that our connection to the solar system, to the sun, and our energy output, natural energy output, there is a connection that we are feeding the energy of the sun. There's things coming up on the sun, guys, that we need to pay attention to. Mr. MBB333 showed yesterday a big bubble. Now, I'm not talking about just a little pimple bubble, a bubble that's almost a half the size of the sun being created on the surface of the gas cloud. And these are things that we need to be aware of. And so I'm telling you guys, there's something tied to this, our energy production, our energy abundance being thrown out into space. They say it's creating our magnetosphere. We got questions and things like this, guys. And it's kind of crazy what they're telling us, that these little generators spinning around at 10,000 RPMs or 7,200 RPMs is creating enough electricity to feed us all, to power us everything we need, from your cars to your factories to your blender and your TV. I think we're being lied to about what the energy has come from. I think we're being lied to about where they get it. I think we're being lied to about the creation and all that other stuff. Remember, guys, energy is free. Just transferring energy from one form to another is the tricky part. Harnessing energy is the tricky part. Hope y'all have a groovy day. Later, taters.